So which is the best wheel that Thrustmaster do in sim racing? Today I'm about to find out. We're going to unbox the Ferrari SF1000 like replica wheel Thrustmaster do and put it head to head with the hypercar wheel. This is a new hypercar wheel that I really do like. I've been using it on the rig and really enjoy it. Now, a lot of people said, oh, but Thrustmaster do the SF1000, the Ferrari add-on, and it's a really nice wheel. It's got a screen in it, it's got this carbon fiber effect. So let's have a look. Let's see what the actual unboxing experience is like. Ooh. I'm guessing this should be done. I hope it's not going to fall out. You can kind of see it. It's like a tease. Whoa, we ready? Wow. Okay, kind of crazy this is a Thrustmaster product because that is very nice. Wow, okay, we've got the bar shifter as well. So I'm gonna take this out. So first thing is actually a little bit of disappointment because I'm thinking, I've got to do some QR stuff. That ain't gonna QR onto the either the T818 you can see here or the T598 there. So, okay, but I can also see a USB-C port, which is quite nice. That indicates it's modern. And, you know, I've driven Ferrari F1 cars in various games, you know, including F1 games, and I recognize this layout immediately. Like, this is very, like, classic Ferrari. You can see there we've got a little switch as well. Shades of also the Thrustmaster 488 GT3 on this as well, I'm feeling, with, like, the button sizes. So, okay, now, it looks carbon fiber, but that is a kind of like it's like a layer, if you can see. I'm not sure whether this is plastic or actually some kind of metal here. Not sure about that, but it's got the rubbery grips and it's got these encoders on the side. Okay, so what else do we have in the box? Let's have a look. This is a bar shifter. So I think it's a bar shifter. Work it out. And then there's a box here. Oh my God. Okay, so Thrustmaster own the race. What's in here? Let's have a look. I know so many of you are interested in Thrustmaster. Oh, it's literally just it's just the manual in there. I thought it was going to be. It's very nicely packaged for a manual. And here I'm guessing we've got a USB-C cable. Yes, we do. And we've got some nuts and bolts. So I'm a little bit confused, actually, because I don't know how this is going to QR onto the base. I'm a bit stupid when it comes to that, but that is a different type of quick release. So I assume I've got to buy also. By the way, I didn't buy this. This is a review unit from Thrustmaster. I want to be very clear, but I guess I need to go out and buy a QR to get this onto the new direct drive system. So I'll have a look at that. I'm guessing it screws on or I replace it or whatnot. I remember in the Ferrari 488 GT3 box that it did come with both QRs, which is interesting. Okay, so this is the moment, side by side with the Thrustmaster hypercar wheel. What do I prefer? I personally, at this moment in time, I prefer the hypercar wheel. And I'll explain why. However, I think there's going to be a lot of people watching, maybe you yourself, who are going to see this and be like, I need this wheel for Thrustmaster because it is officially licensed Ferrari Formula wheel and we love Formula One and I need that wheel. But I just want to explain. So I do a lot of GT driving, a lot of, I would love if I did more F1, but realistically I do more kind of like road cars, GT, stuff like that. This hypercar wheel is not actually for like Le Mans hypercars, LMDHs, which is what I originally kind of thought with this wheel, especially when I saw it at the Sim Racing Expo. But a few of you helpfully pointed out, no, it's not that. It's like a luxury hypercar. And I looked at wheels and luxury hypercars because I've never driven one in real life. And I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, they've got this deep dish shape. But still, this is a very chunky wheel. Like, this is super chunky grips, you can see there. Amazingly chunky and like really wide form factor as well. So I really like this wheel as a form factor for driving GT cars and road cars, which I do a lot of. There's also a bit of Alcantara here, which I like actually having used it, because if they swap this Alcantara so it was on the grip here, you'd need to wear gloves, and that gets, for me, kind of annoying when you're at home anyway. So the fact you've got your grips here, but you've got the luxury valve control on top, I actually really like. And I like the style of the buttons and the encoders and everything. I like these big chunky styles. I do have some quibbles about some of the placement. For example, these ones here, I'm not convinced by the placement. It's not that easy to reach when your thumb's here. You kind of have to like strain a little bit. That's just my opinion. And also these rotaries or these encoders going inwards is arguably harder if they then went outwards, but then you do have these buttons here, these kind of hidden buttons, which are probably the easiest buttons to press on the wheel. Nice chunky shifts as well. So I'm a big fan of the Hypercar wheel. This is also a review unit from Thrustmaster. I think it's one of the best wheels they've ever done, actually. And I started on a T80, then T150, and now been using the T818 and T598 as well. So this is my first time. I mean, I've used this wheel at expos and stuff like that. It's my first time kind of, you know, not in with a lot of cameras and lights and everything. I can just kind of enjoy it here. So, formula shape. So you are going to need to attach the bar shifter. So that's because these are clutch paddles. So, and I'm sorry, it might not even be a bar shifter. I think it's just like two separate shifters. Actually, I still don't know. I don't know. Right, let's have a look. So that goes like that. It's going to screw in. That's why they're given 4 screws. So to be honest, we may as well do that now, and I can let you know other things I'm noticing about the wheel. The grips do feel good quality, I have to say. I was speaking with Martin Asher. Did I lose a... No. I was speaking with Martin Asher, who designs the wheels that Max Verstappen uses in sim racing. And he was like, oh, there is so much about grips. I've spent researching and testing and tweaking. And it does make a difference. I do feel like with the Moser FSR, for example, that's a great Formula wheel. But I do think the grips are not the best on the Moser FSR. They're a little bit hard. These are, you know, I still need to see how these are going to be over time, this sort of material, because they're not a rubbery material. And they don't have that kind of like inherent squeeze that a rubbery material gives you. I mean, still, my favourite grips to use are on the Asher GT4 and the Asher Artura Sport I have as well. Like, such nice wheels, those, for grips. And the Fanatec McLaren GT3, great grips as well. Moser KS, nice grips. But I feel like this is going to have nice grips. Have I done that the right way around? Yes, I have, I think. It is a bar shifter! Put a bar emoji in the chat if you want to support me on that. So there we go, bar shifter, nice, like the Fanatec McLaren GT3. And there's something about these grips I inherently like. It's going to be hard to explain. Even though we're shooting in 4K, you might not be able to see, but they are very, very, very nice shifters. Okay, that's interesting. A couple of things I like, a couple of things I don't like. I love how big these buttons are. These are massive buttons, much bigger than anything you get on the Hypercar, much bigger than you get on anything on most wheels, to be honest. So those are nice. But however, some of these buttons here, when I came in at an angle, you can see it's not going to click. Well, that's basically, these ones are always going to click. So that might, I don't know if that's a known thing with this wheel, but I can imagine coming in and at an angle and not getting the click, so you've got to come in on the top. But the placement, oh my god. Whoa, this might be some of the best button placement I've ever seen on a wheel. Look at this. This is insane, actually. Yes, easy, easy. Slight stretch, which is why I came in at an angle. One here, super easy for boost or something. Easy, easy, easy. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Let's call it 9. Let's say these ones are a little bit difficult, but that might just be me being funny. You've got 9 buttons here in really easy reach. Oh, very nice encoders. Very, very, very nice. I like that. That is so easy to turn. Joystick. I don't know if it's a D-pad or a joystick. I'm not sure about that. I'll need to connect it and see how that is, but I'm not convinced. Pretty nice. Obviously, you need to take your hands off, but pretty nice there. And then some nice dials here. And a very, very, very solid. I mean, if you're an electrical engineer, you'll be looking at that saying, oh, that's a very cheap switch, that. Does the job. And then we've got the rev bar as well. And the shifters Very nice shifting. I like that a lot. So actually, maybe this is a little bit, even though it's some people are going to say this is a very stylish wheel because it's a replica. Personally, up close, I'm like, you can tell it's not the real deal. But I feel like the form of these buttons, the placement, may be very, very, very good for performance. I mean, I'm thinking about playing games here. I'll be able, or sims, it depends how you call the F1 game, but I'll be able to touch a lot of these buttons very, very, very easily. Very easily. And actually, if we compare that to the hypercar wheel, where yes, I've got a cluster here. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 buttons. 5, 6, very easy. So we've got 6 easy buttons. I mean, it's debatable whether that's as helpful as a button or not. I mean, you could do it in iRacing menus, or I tried to do it to lit left and lit right. But let's just count it as 1 each. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then I think we're done. I think we're done. So you got more usable buttons here, because you've really got 11, if you count the ones that I was kind of saying I was stretching a little bit for. And then I think the encoders here might be more useful as well. So far, we're going to get this on the rig as well, but I wanted to show you the head-to-head. So far, I'm going to go for this one. I'm very impressed by the button placement. I like this. My instinct is, having used many wheels over the years, my instinct is these are going to be quite nice grips, but that will take time to work out. However, for style, I still prefer the hypercar wheel. And I feel like this one just looks like a new era of Thrustmaster. So they almost look like they're from different companies. I've got to be honest. Like it's very different kind of styling, and maybe things were important at the time. Let me know what you think in the comments. So many people using Thrustmaster equipment. So many people are interested in T598, which I'm going to be using on Gran Turismo very soon for a video. So we'll be using this. We'll be using all the wheels, trying to get it in Gran Turismo. If that will work, I'm not sure. We'll find out. But yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll see you next time.